Hi, this is Vicki Kelly. I'm with Systems Development Group, and today I'm going to go over the RP-524 online filing. To get to the form, you need to be an ImageMate Online, or we also call that IMO. And to do that, you can either go to your municipality's webpage and see if they have a link there, or if not, go directly to the SDG homepage by typing in www.sdgnys.com. When you get there, go to the ImageMate Online box and click right on it, and from there go to the municipality and click on that. And to get to your parcel, you use the search form. You don't have to fill in all the fields. In fact, we do recommend putting in as little information as possible and then kind of narrowing it down after that. So you can go ahead, enter in the last name of the property owner, and you'll see a list comes up. And if you want to change how it's sorted, you just go ahead and click on the column name, and that will sort it by the criteria that you pick. So from there, go ahead, go right into the property, and this is the property detail page of IMO. And you'll see on the left is the button for the 524. A new tab will open up, and here's the form. And you'll notice that it's pre-filled with the information from ImageMate Online. Okay, so before we get into the form, I just want to note that if you aren't able to complete it, or if you need to get some more information or something, you can go ahead and click on Save to Browser, give it a name, click on OK. And so if you need to get back to it, just get back into the 524 and click on Load from Browser. And then you'll see the list of documents that you have, and go ahead and click on Load, and that can bring it up. The other buttons here are Clear Form, and that just clears all the information from the form, or Begin Submission. What you need to do is you need to fill out the form, and then you click on Begin Submission, and after that you'll add any documents, supporting documents that you have, and from there you do the actual submission. So that's the workflow there. Up here are instructions, how to complete the grievance form sample. That's how to fill this particular form in. But if you go down here, grievance procedures or form instructions, that's from New York State, giving their instructions on how to do the process or do the form. So let's go ahead and look at the form. Even if it is pre-filled out, you do have the ability to make changes to the fields if their information is incorrect or if it's not been updated. So go ahead and do that. Email, you do have, this is a required field before you submit, and that's because once you submit, you're going to get an email confirming that your submission was successful, but also because it will give you an ID number. And you need this ID number whenever you want to refer to your submission, or if you need to add documentation at a later date, you'll need that ID number. So make sure you don't delete that email. So let's go ahead and put that in. Okay, so here we have name and address, telephone, a representative of owner. So if you have an attorney or something, this is where you'd put their information. Here is the property location information, the SBL number, the type of property, the description. Here's the assessed value appearing on the assessment roll. And number 7 is the property owner's estimate of market value of property as a valuation date. This is also another required field because this is the whole point of the submission, right? So go ahead and enter in what you think the values should be, and then let's just keep going. Purchase price of property, you only need to fill out this area if you purchased the property within the last 2 years. If it's been longer than that, you don't need to worry about it. Property has been recently offered for sale, again 2 years. If it was, go ahead and list it here. Property has recently been appraised, put this information there. Description of any buildings or improvements. Again, it's only for things that you've done within the last 2 years. Anything older than that, you don't need to worry about it. Property is income producing. That's self-explanatory. Additional supporting documentation. You haven't attached anything yet, but if you're going to, go ahead and click on that. And some examples of supporting documentation are if you've had a recent appraisal, go ahead and attach that. It shouldn't be more than 2 years old for the appraisal as well. Comparable sales. If you have properties that are similar in location, size, age, condition, school district, go ahead and include that. A realtor's CMA, which is short for competitive market analysis. If you have any photos of the property, either interior or exterior, you should add those as well. A recent listing, contract of sale, or arm's length sale price, or a list of unusual or outstanding features. For example, if you're in a flood zone, if there are steep slopes, if it's next to commercial properties, etc., things like that. Okay, so part 3, grounds for complaint. Most people are going to click on A, but go ahead, if B is more appropriate, obviously click on that. And here, go ahead. If you have the information, fill it in. If you don't, just fill in as much as you can. Value of property. This was part 7 that you had filled in before. That just brings it over here. You can't change it here, so if you mistyped it, you need to go back to question 7 and put in the correct one. Here you need to put what it should be reduced to. So again, this is from earlier in the form, so if you want to change that, you just need to go back to where it mentioned it. Taxable assessed value, improper calculation. Again, just go through, determine what's relevant, what isn't. Unlawful assessment, or if your assessment was misclassified, you'd fill in these. Okay, so if you are having an attorney representing you or somebody else, this is where they would put their name and their signature. If you don't have anybody representing you, you still need to fill this out because it's a required field. So in that case, we recommend just type in NA, and for the signature, you just click on the word sign, and then you just type in NA or none, or the person will put their signature, and you'll see that the date is automatically filled out. And part 5 is for the owner to fill out. If there are 2 owners, we only need 1 signature. So here, put the name of the owner, and just click on sign. Go ahead, sign your name. I can never do this neatly. Of course, I don't do it neatly when I'm normally writing. And then click on save. Again, date is there. Stipulation, you don't worry about that. This is once you submitted the form and the assessor has looked it over, and if they're going to agree, if the 2 of you agree to a stipulation, then we'll go back and fill this out. So this is saying that assessor stipulation box will be appended after your submission. Same with the Board of Assessment review section. So let's say we have filled this out and we're ready to submit. Return to the top and we click on the Begin Submission button. So this is going to bring up the form. Again, you haven't officially submitted yet, so don't worry about that. Please review all the information below. This is just saying what's the SBL number. Make sure your email address is correct and confirm that. And then here, remember I was talking about that ID number? This is what the ID number is going to be. So you can copy and paste it here, or you can wait until you get the email. Now I want to go back up, and this is also where you where you attach any supporting documentation. All you do is need to click on the Browse button and find the file, say Open, and then you'll see it. No matter how many you add, you'll see the list of them here. Now, one thing to note is those files do need to be in a PDF format. If not, you won't be able to upload them. So we went ahead, we attached our supporting documentation. This all looks good. Click on I'm not a robot. It will confirm that. And at this point, if you want to save your form, this will save everything you filled out so far. You click on download completed for my records, and this will save locally to your PC. So from here you just do a save as, and you can give it a name and just say where you want it to be saved. I'm not going to do that right now. And then you're all good to go. You have your copy, you have your documentation. Go ahead and click on submit application. So this will go ahead and it's submitting it to the assessor right now. And once it's completed, you'll see on the screen that the file was submitted successfully, and it will let you know that you're going to get a confirmation email. So let's go ahead and see. Okay, so here is my email that's confirmed that I did the submission. If you'll see, it says the following files were included, so it gives you a list of files. Again, here's that ID. I'm going to go ahead and copy it. Now, if you have submitted it, you included your documentation. If you have some more documents that you would like to upload, that's fine. You can either go back to the 524 form and add it there, or if you still have this, you can go ahead. If you click on this link, it will bring up where the form is. You'll have to put your ID number in. Click on validate reference ID, and then here's where you'll go ahead and look for the files that you want to add. I'm just adding that. Click on open. So again, put the email address in. It's pre-filled. Confirm it. Here's your reference number. Click on upload, and you have uploaded this to these files as well. So here you'll have SDGs. So this is these are the buttons from when you're in the 524. This will bring up a blank form. Again, this is load from the browser. Remember that list that we saw? This is another way to upload supporting documents. And don't worry about the review button. That's what the assessor uses to look at all the applications. So I think that's really it. We do recommend using Firefox browser. Internet Explorer isn't supported by Microsoft anymore, so the form won't work well without that, and older versions of Edge don't work well. So just see what works for you. And if you do need to get a hold of us, I know I was pretty quick on this. If you go to our homepage and you click on Contact Us, that will have our phone number and our email addresses. So if you get a hold of us or if you send us an email, we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks very much for listening, and have a great day.